Hello guys, it's Furball the Hammy, your neighborhood friendly hamster here again. Today I'm gonna tell you guys about everything that you want to focus on in Slayers, whether you are a novice or an experienced player. This video will have tips on everything you need to know starting out from Slayers and what to prioritize and focus on. This video is made especially for you guys who are just trying to start on Slayers because you guys want to follow me to make money. I have no idea why you guys want to only do Slayers to make money. Slayers is quite boring, but if you guys want to do so, continue watching on the video and I will help you figure out your pathway to make the most progress when doing Slayers. So first and foremost, I will presume that every one of you guys here who are watching have at least strong dragon armor with maybe a tarantula helmet or unstable dragon armor at the very least, as long as you're holding a thick tacticians or an aspect of the dragons or even better. I assume that you guys have these gear at a very minimum because that's what you generally need to solo the tier 3 bosses because fun fact, you need to kill tier 3 bosses to get the drops to craft armor sets and weapons that will help you kill tier 4 bosses. So yeah, with that out of the way, let us get on with the video. Priority number 1, known as the Radiant Power Orb, Red Claw Ring, Maddox's Bat Phone. Now, we all know where these drops come from, where all of these items come from, right? They are basically from Sven Packmaster. So as soon as you start Slayers, unlock all of the Slayers first by killing your first Revenant tier 1, tier 2 to unlock Tarantula. Afterwards, kill Tarantula tier 1, tier 2 to unlock Sven. And afterwards, you purely focus on Sven for a while. Work on Sven from the get-go. As soon as you unlock Sven Packmaster as the boss, get a Radiant Power Orb, Red Claw Talisman, and use the pond in the castle or in the mountains to lure wolves into the pond when you are almost ready to summon the boss and to kill the wolves in the pond so the boss spawns inside the water. Now this will make the boss easier because now Sven Packmaster doesn't run around at Mach 10 and bite you in half. So yeah, it will make it a lot easier, and I have 2 pro tips for you guys who are using the water strategy. Pro tip number 1, when fighting Sven in water, be sure to keep a safe distance away from Sven and keep smacking Sven with your sword. But if Sven is still above half health when shown by his green health bar, be sure to walk in to get hit by it once every 10 to 15 seconds and quickly move out after you do get hit by Sven Packmaster. The reason why this occurs is because if Sven Packmaster doesn't attack you after a long duration of time, around like 15 plus seconds, it will start regenerating back to full health. However, this will only occur when Sven Packmaster is still above half health. Once it drops below half health and summons its Sven pups, it will stop regenerating until all the pups die. Which I don't know why you're gonna kill all the pups, but sure. Pro tip number 2, don't use the slime head glitch if you keep dying to Sven by using the water strategy. You know, most of the time I see people do weird stuff whereby right, they use a slime head glitch, and then when the boss is still above half health, they walk in to get hit by Sven, but then because Sven's attacks now don't do knockback because you use the slime head glitch, Sven ends up biting you 5 times and you die. Like, honestly, guys, it is better for you guys to not use a slime head glitch if you actually don't want to get comboed by Sven, because when you take no knockback and you try to get close to Sven can hit you multiple times because you will die a tragic death afterwards. Reason why? Because you don't take natural knockback whenever you get hit by Sven, which allows you to literally become a sitting duck, and you don't want that because you are going to die and you are going to lose coins. No one wants that. So why? So because natural knockback ensures that if you aren't lagging, you won't get hit 5 times in a row like using the slime head glitch, because each hit from Sven pushes you away from Sven. Whereas if you are using the slime head glitch, you are gonna sit there and let Sven bite you to death. That is how people die, and I shake my head every time people do that. It's kind of stupid, honestly. I hope you guys learn from this, okay? And if you guys want a more focused video on how to kill Sven, I did put the link in the description down below. I did make a full detailed guide on Sven Packmaster, so yeah, be sure to watch that video if you are interested to easily solo Sven Packmaster tier 3 or tier 4. Now, with that out of the way, keep working on Sven until you are Sven 3 at the bare minimum. Why? Because you want to get the Maddox Bat Phone at Savann's Layer 3, as it will allow you to call Maddox no matter where you are to end and to start a quest, with only a 1 minute cooldown. This is extremely convenient, especially if you intend to grind tarantulas, because you don't need to travel back and forth from the spider's den to start and to end the quest, which easily takes 30 seconds to about a minute. And as much as I know Skyblock is a time waster, you want to make sure you waste the time as efficiently as possible. Ironic, but sure. And for Revenant, it does save you a lot of time because you don't need to run up and down from the caverns to get and start a quest. So yeah, if you guys haven't noticed yet, it is extremely convenient, so be sure to get Savan 3 first if you can, because you want to get the Maddox Bat Phone. It is imperative, and every single Slayer grinder will use a Maddox Bat Phone. Next on, moving on to priority number 2, also known as Easy Slayer Talismans. Now that you got the Maddox Bat Phone, the holy grail of convenience rivaling the old piggy bank, you should then start working on the other 2 Slayers, namely Revenant and Tarantula. Work on Revenant until at least Revenant Slayer 2 to unlock the zombie ring recipe and to craft it, while also crafting the Wand of Healing, as it is useful against Slayer bosses in a pinch. Next, work on Tarantula until you get Tarantula Slayer level 2 to unlock the Spider Ring to get extra stats and to also get access to crafting the Tarantula Silk, which is a lot more sellable as compared to the Tarantula Web. Now moving on to priority number 3. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Now that I assume you are planning to tackle the big boys and the toughest bosses of Hypixel Skyblock, because you already can easily solo any tier 3 boss and you think you are ready for it, no, you are gonna die tragically with your gear. Trust me, you can try it, you die, not my business. So you want to prepare for it, right? How do you prepare for it, you may ask? This is how I will recommend for you to deal with all of the tier 4 bosses in Hypixel Skyblock in the most efficient way and as quick as you can. Firstly, work on Sven once again to get to Sven Slayer level 4. Then craft Mastiff Armor or buy Mastiff Armor, whichever suits your taste. Or, you can buy it for 5 to 5.5 mil on the AH. And afterwards, craft the Shaman Sword while you are at it. It's pretty cheap and enchant it properly. I made an enchanting guide if you need one. Do not enchant your Shaman Sword if not back to. If you do, I will personally come over to your house and remove that sword, okay? Check out the link in the description for the enchanting guide. Now, use the Mastiff and the Shaman Sword to continue killing Savans. Afterwards, try to kill tier 4 Savans and grind up the Savans Layer 6 if you can, by reusing the water strategy to kite the boss, but with Mastiff Armor this time instead, and with tier 4s instead of tier 3s. The same tips mentioned earlier still applies, and if you can't kill tier 4 Savans, you have 2 options. Number 1, ask a friend who can help solo tier 4 to grind and to help you kill these tier 4s. Option number 2, brave it out with tier 3s. The OG of Slayer players did this because Mastiff Armor wasn't unlocked till Sven Slayer level 6 back in the days, and tier 3s are literally our only option to grind all the way up to Slayer level 6. So it is possible, and I also did that. I literally grinded tier 3 Savans until Sven Slayer 6. So now that you are at Sven Slayer 6, prioritize crafting the Mana Flux Power Orb and not the Pooch Sword. Trust me when I say so. Yes, you, the one who is listening behind this screen. Mana Flux will make Sven, Revenant, and Tarantula tier 4s easy, but Pooch Sword will only make Sven tier 4s easy. You may craft the Pooch Sword after crafting the Mana Flux if you intend to still continue grinding Sven, but this priority will end right here. If you want to craft the Pooch Sword, go ahead if you want to continue killing Savans. But next up is priority number 4, beating up the tier 4s. So now armed with a Mana Flux Power Orb, and I assume at least you are in Unstable Dragon Armor or 3/4 Strong and Tarantula Helmet, or full strong, you know what, whatever armor set that is along that caliber, you can now solo any tier 4 boss for Revenant and Tarantula without their armor pieces or their weapons. You can also solo tier 4 Mastiff with it. However, that being said, You may still die to tier 4 Revenant and Tarantula with this setup, so here's some warnings and tips. For Revenant, number 1, if you are using the slime head glitch for Revenant, be sure to move around once every 5 to 10 seconds while attacking the boss to make sure that the boss doesn't use its ultimate throw attack on you, which may kill you since you don't have the defense of Revenant armor. When fighting, tip number 2, when fighting tier 4 Revenant in its enraged mode, be sure to take a close eye on the health bar and aspect of the end teleport away when you drop under 50% health to wait until it calms down from its enraged mode. For Tarantula, 2 tips. Tip number 1, spawn the boss somewhere near a wall which you can back up to so the Tarantula Broodfather doesn't knock you all around. Honestly, if you don't use a slime head glitch and then you don't use a wall to back up to, the Tarantula Broodfather will knock you everywhere and you will actually die, trust me. Tip number 2, if you still can't do tier 4 Tarantula Broodfather with the mana flux, swap your helmet with a spider head. It just costs 8 spider eyes and it reduces damage by 30% from spiders. Priority number 5, you need to consider what Slayer boss do you want to do in the long term. Now that I assume you have cleared every tier 4 boss, you may then want to consider about what Slayer boss you want to focus on. Here's my take on 3 Slayer bosses. Do the Revenant boss if you love wasting money. Do the Tarantula Broodfather if tier 4 Sven is too tough for you or takes too much time and you still want to make money but you aren't that strong yet. Do Sven if you can easily kill tier 3 and tier 4 Sven and you want money and you are antisocial and love solo lobbies and you enjoy grinding by yourself like a total loner. Now if you are doing Revenant, craft the Wand of Mending and the Reaper Falchion. You don't need the Revenant armor, it's a waste of coins and efforts. Now if you are doing Tarantula, craft the Tarantula armor. I don't care if you can clear tier 4 Tarantula with your mana flux with your superior or strong dragon armor. If you want to main Tarantula, the ability to double jump is very useful for speeding up Tarantula Slayer bosses, and to summon it, you will literally shave 20 to 30 seconds off every single Slayer boss due to the movement ability of the Tarantula armor. 2 taps by a red mutant Tarantula boss, get the Tarantula armor so you don't die to red mini bosses. Now if you are doing Sven, craft the Pooch Sword. Once again, it makes tier 4 Sven a meme and a joke with the Pooch Sword. It literally makes tier 4 Sven easy. Also, when you upgrade your sword from a shaman to a Pooch Sword, enchants and reforges on the sword still stay. So be sure to enchant and to reforge your shaman sword before upgrading it to a Pooch Sword. Moving on to the final priority of the game, completionist, priority number 6. When you have decided to sell your soul to Skyblock like me, considering getting all Slayers to level 7 or even level 8 for the perks. So why are you still watching this video? What else do you want me to say? Say to get all Slayers to level 9? Nah man, as much as I don't have a life, 999, all level 9 Slayers is too time consuming. I have somewhat of a life, okay? And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I helped you guys work on your progression on Slayers starting from the absolute ground zero. Consider leaving a like and subscribe, and this is Furball the Hammy, your beloved hamster, signing out.